Yeah, so normally I don't know how to start when it comes to these videos, so I'm gonna just jump right into it. For the past few years, I've been going through trial and error, trying to find out what works for me, trying to find myself, trying to find out my name, trying to find out who am I, and I've made lots of mistakes. I've gone through a lot of failures, and going through the path of making mistakes, going through failures, you tend to learn a lot about yourself. You tend to discover a lot about what you've been holding on to. And frankly, I feel like nobody's perfect, but that is something that I was chasing for a long time. It was perfection. And honestly, that ruined a big part of who I am, is the fact I've been chasing this perfectionism lifestyle. Everything that I've been doing has to be perfect. Everything that I've been chasing has to be perfect, or else it's not worth doing, it's not worth trying. That is something that I will go deeper into, but for today, for now, something came across my table, something came across my thought process, which I had to share. For the past couple of months, I had to look deep within myself, because I realized it's not just me that is walking through this journey, and I'm not walking through this journey alone. With that being said, in what that means is that my actions doesn't just correlate to my own consequences. My actions lead to other people's way of living. Is that my consequences, or my actions have consequences that not only affects me but affects the people around me, the people I love, my friends, my family. And I had to look deep within myself and to find out who am I, try and succeed as a man, try and turn myself into a man, trying to find out what a man truly is. So for the past few months, I've been going through trial and error, trying to see what works, trying to find the definitions of this, trying to make money, trying to work on my physique, trying to work on my health, trying to self-medicate my thought process. And I realized that there's a lot of wounds that I've bandaged along the way, and it's affected me from childhood. There's a lot that I pushed aside. They say never leave things untouched, because later down the line there's gonna be this big pile. There's another one: never push dirt under the rug, under the carpet, because later in the future, once you lift up that carpet, there's gonna be a whole pile full of dirt that you have to clean up. Same as in past traumas, past events. There's a lot of stuff in our childhood that we've been holding on to and almost letting go and not dealing with, where later down the line it comes up and it bites you in it bites you in the neck, it hits you in the head so hard and so rough that it breaks your soul almost. So I've been struggling with this addiction, as most people are struggling with something. I've been struggling with this addiction of the substance. And I dug deep into why I started, why I continued, why is it so hard for me to stop. And I realized one substance leads to a few bad habits. Those few bad habits leads into ruining my routine. And then I dug deep into the fact that it's not really just the substance, it's more in what happened that caused me to do this, which later led down to me thinking this way, me walking this way, talking this way, which led to my actions. So it wasn't just about me trying to remove the substance from my life. It was about me removing everything that came with it, you know. And yeah, there's a lot to it. So for the past few years, I've been struggling with trial and error with the substance, you know, back and forth with it. I give it up for a day, I realize why, I do this, I do that, trying to find solutions, and honestly I've been struggling, you know. So it came to this realization that the days and the weeks and the months in which I do stop, in which I do feel clear-minded, in which I do feel level-headed, where I feel straight, where I feel confident, where I feel at peace, is when I'm on the journey to my purpose. That is something that I realized, and I'm only starting to realize that now. Something just came upon me where somebody said, it's like, your reason why has to be the reason you quit. It has to be big enough for the reason you quit all of these bad habits, these addictions, this way of thinking, this way of moving, trying to remove that to become the better version of yourself. So I started to realize, what is my reason why then? And honestly, my reason why have been big, have been almost surpassing the addiction itself. And yet I still fall short, I still relapse, and I wondered why. Why is that? Only to find out through my daily habits, through my daily routines, I've been doing it all wrong. Instead of me focusing on the one topic itself of, okay, I need to stop, I need to do this, I need to do that, instead of me creating this long list of what not to do and what to do, that has led me to a path of failure. Because when there's a lot on your plate, you tend to be overwhelmed, which then leads you down the path of stressing and then returning back to relapsing. This can be with any addiction, this can be with anything that you want to give up, whether it be sugar, whether it be you being lazy, you know. Is that I used to look at it as, I need to change so much in order for this thing to flip up, to switch up. And I came to the realization, it's not all entirely that. Sure, that does help, but on my end it never worked. And then I started to look back as in those days where I was able to quit it, I was able to be at peace. How did that come about, and why is that? And I noticed is that when I was on that journey of being stress-free or leaving the shit behind, it was because I was following something bigger than that substance. I was following a path that was so much greater than that. And I wrote this down, and I just want to share this with you. It's walk the path that is intended, and that which does not follow stays behind. I find it to be so powerful is because the word purpose is greater than anything that we put our minds to. When a man follows his true purpose, when a man follows his path in life, that is when he is the most confident. That is when he is the most stress-free. Yes, it does come with stresses, of course, but that is when he is the most clear-headed. That's when he is the most ambitious. That's when he feels like a man, when he's following his true purpose. So I started to think about that, and I said, so you telling me those times where I gave it up for a day, I gave it up for a week, for a month, why was it that I fell short? And I noticed something very specific, is that when I was on that path of being clear-headed, I was at peace, and I was quitting the substance, I left the substance behind, I noticed the change. I noticed that those days, those weeks that I stopped, was actually those days that I was following my purpose. Now, purpose could mean a lot of things for different people, but purpose could mean the reason why we are here. Now, that's a whole nother topic, but I feel like God has given each and every one of us a skill, every one of us the ability to to improve, to upgrade, to inspire the world. God has given us a true purpose. And through your adolescent life, you have to find out, who are you? What is your true purpose? Now, I feel like my true purpose is to inspire, is to teach, is to inspire the world with my story, with my creativity. And honestly, every time I do that, I feel confident. I feel like this is who I am. This is who I'm meant to be. And that is something I noticed, because I'm an artist. I'm a photographer, videographer. I enjoy poetry. So I noticed every time I write, every time I shoot, every time I edit, every time I focus on my purpose, that itch of laziness, that itch of, oh, I need caffeine, that itch of, oh, I need to eat sweets, I need to have a snack, that itch of, oh, I need to go and have this substance, tends to go away. Which is very interesting, because those weeks that I have been on my purpose, been focusing on my true vision, been focusing on the better version of myself, that is when I never had that itch. The itch that I did have was to become the better version of myself. I was in the gym, I was feeling so confident in myself. I felt my gains. My diet was on point. My sleep, this is one thing I noticed about my sleep, is that now this substance ruins your sleep completely, and that is something that I've been struggling for years. But I notice is that when I'm on my purpose, my sleep is 10 times better, even though even though I slept a short amount of time. Normally my schedule is around 9-10 o'clock. I try to wake up at 5, 6, maybe 7. I notice that when I plan my day out and I say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I have a strict plan, a strict rule, that no sugar, no sweets, no coffee, I can't smoke, I can't do this, I can't do that. That's when I notice that when I tend to fail at one of those things, I get discouraged. And I look down upon myself, I devalue myself, I say, damn it. And it's hard for me to pick myself up, honestly. But I notice once I'm on a strict rule, a strict plan, sometimes it's hard to keep up with, because it's so strict and life gets in the way. But once I started doing that, I noticed that, why am I still falling short? Every single day, yes, I have that itch. Yes, I'm uptight because I need to keep up with the schedule. Why am I still falling short? Because your reason why is not big enough. Your goal is not the main goal that's in your head. Now for me, I just want to put the substance in, because that is, I'm just speaking from my own experience. Once I put the substance in and I say, I want to quit this. Why? Because it's ruining my life in this factor. And honestly, I hate it. I don't like it anymore. But it still holds on to me. So what is my reason why? What is my bigger purpose why? Well, I noticed when I am working towards my purpose, working towards my vision, that substance, that thing, that itch that's been holding on to me tends to leave me beside, tends to be left behind, because I'm walking on a different path right now. I hope that makes sense, is that in order to leave your bad decisions, your bad habits, anything in general, anything negative that you want to leave behind, first find out what is your reason why. Your reason why could be because of this and that. And then find your purpose. Find out what truly motivates you, what truly drives you. It could be painting, it could be singing, it could be drawing, it could be swimming, it could be studying. Do that, and you'll see all the bad habits will be left behind, because you are pursuing the path that's intended for you. You are pursuing God's purpose for you. So here's my advice. My advice is to not focus on the root core of the negative habit that you want to remove. Focus on where you're headed, and that will surely be left behind. I'm going to say this again. Just to end off, I'm gonna say it again. Walk the path that is intended, and that which does not follow stays behind. That is something that it came on to me today, where I've been stuck for so long. I've been trying to find a solution, and honestly, instead of trying to find a solution to stop it, focus on being the best version of you. Focus on your purpose, and that will surely be left behind. Wow. That is something to think about. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Maybe we can have an open dialogue on that. I will be making more videos, because honestly I feel like this is my purpose. This is something that motivates me. This drives me. And on my way to the spot I was setting up, and I just noticed that I don't have the itch. Normally when I'm out in nature, as I'm in nature right now, I have the itch of like, I need to get the edge off. But this is taking the edge off for me. It's because I'm doing what's intended for me. But that's just me, man. My name is Stones. This is Solo Harmonies. Till next time.